What we've had to do is, we have all of this medical science and all of that that is pretty deep stuff, but the players just want to know what time it is. So we've had to develop ways of letting the players know what time it is without having to tell them how the watch works, basically. So one of the things that we've done is we've developed a way of doing some kinesiology testing that shows when the mind-body connection is intact and when it's not. And then we work a number of things for cognitive and non-cognitive triggers and all that around that. So you're the guinea. Are you right-handed or left-handed?
Right.
Okay,
I taught left-handed, but
okay,
it's a mental.
Okay, well, we can work with that later. We can fix that later. Okay, so put your right arm out like this, with your thing, palm facing down. I'm going to take 2 fingers, and I'm going to push down. Don't let me push. So in other words, now what this indicates is that his mind-body connection is intact. Okay, his mind.
Holly will be thrilled.
Okay, so you can put that back down. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to test whether or not he's wired intense like Verlander or whether he's wired relaxed like Porcello. Okay. Now the way I do that is look me in the eye right here. So now put your arm back up here. Okay. That's too late now. Oh, bullshit. Okay. So now I'm coming like this. Okay, now put your arm back up there again. Okay. So what that tells me, put your arm down, is that he's wired like Porcello.
Oh, I know that.
He's wired relaxed. Okay, so because when I came to him with an intense, watch what happens. Strength goes away. Okay, so when I came to him with a relaxed, okay, strength is there.
Isn't that amazing?
Okay, now, so what does this mean? It means that if I'm making a mound visit to him, I'm here. So you'll see Jeff Jones with Porcello like this. Okay, and what happens is when Jonesy leaves, put your arm up there, his mind-body connection is still intact. Okay, whereas if Jonesy does this, okay, so his mind-body connection goes away. So that's one of the ways that we use it, so that we make sure that we go. Now, the opposite is true, too. If we go to Verlander with this, he'll walk off the back of the mound like he did the other night. Okay? So that's one of the ways that we use it. We want to keep mind-body connection intact so that the mound visit is valuable from a performance point of view. Okay? Now, here's another thing. It's hard to win on the road. Okay? When you're on the road, there's negative energy toward you. It's real. It's the hardest thing in all professional sports, any sport, to win on the road. And that negative energy is what we call a non-cognitive trigger that breaks your mind-body connection. Okay? It's a non-cognitive trigger. So what I'm going to do again is go put your arm up here like this. Strong. Okay, put your arm back down, and now put it back up again. Okay, do all you can to fight. Okay, it's gone. Okay, now what I did, see what I did? I took my finger, and I put it here. Okay, now I'm going to use this finger. I'm sorry. Okay.
Wait a minute.
Put it here.
There's a Yankee fan here.
Okay. Okay, put your arm back up.
Let's keep it clean.
Okay, see this? With this finger, it's there. Now when I put this finger there, okay? Now, why is that? Positive, negative, positive, negative, positive. All of our digits are charged because of the energy that our body makes. So that when I put negative energy into his energy field, which is like the fans booing, what happens, it's a non-cognitive trigger to break his mind-body connection, okay? You can fight all you want, but it doesn't work, okay? Whereas the home game, okay, the home game keeps the mind-body connection intact. I can fight all I want and I can't move it, okay? So that's a non-cognitive trigger, okay? Now, a cognitive trigger is what happens mentally when somebody disrupts their mind-body connection. Okay, so, did you play golf yesterday?
I did.
You did?
Yeah.
Okay, and what'd you shoot?
We won the
You
tournament.
won the tournament yesterday. It was yesterday.
Yesterday.
Okay.
Today I didn't
In your
play. I
mind- but
knew
in
I
your-
was off.
In your mind, that was there yesterday? Put your
Yeah.
arm out here. Yesterday.
Yeah.
Okay. See what happens? Okay?
Yeah.
What'd you have for breakfast this morning?
Nothing.
What'd you have for breakfast yesterday?
Nothing.
How
I
about
don't eat
dinner last
breakfast.
night? How about dinner last night?
A lot of clams.
Okay,
Too many.
put that up there, okay. Okay?
Yeah.
What are you having for breakfast tomorrow?
Nothing.
Okay, now what happened
I have no clue.
there? Okay.
I should eat breakfast.
No, it had nothing to do with breakfast. When I asked him what he did yesterday, playing golf yesterday, any of those things that were yesterday, I triggered his left brain function. I triggered his past. And his past creates sympathetic stress. And it breaks his mind-body connection. That's why his arm became weak. Because whether we were talking about breakfast or golf, it was yesterday.
Right.
And the wrong part of the brain was activated for performance. When I talked about tomorrow, whether it was for golf or breakfast, he said, I didn't have any breakfast, not gonna have breakfast tomorrow. But I activated his right brain. And when I activated his right brain, it enhances his mind-body connection, keeps it strong. So, now how does all this come together? Here's how it comes together. We're playing on the road,
Okay.
okay? We're playing
Yeah.
on the road.
Cool.
Okay? Bad.
Bad.
Okay?
That
We're
was
playing
last
on the
year.
road. We're playing on the
Yeah.
road. I want you to tell me what you're going to do tomorrow afternoon.
I'm gonna play my heart out for the Tigers.
Okay.
Justin, right?
See what happened? So what happened was the non-cognitive trigger of playing on the road, okay, which breaks him down, okay, is overtaken by him looking to tomorrow. Think about tomorrow. What are you going to do tomorrow?
Knock them over.
See that? So the idea of thinking about the next pitch, for example, on the road is key. So we have something that we call triads that we teach our players. And triads are three things that move you from left brain function to right brain function. So a triad for on the road is when you step into the batter's box, you have a plan. Okay, the plan is left brain. So the plan is, I'm going to lay down a bunt. Okay? The next part of the triad is commit. Commit to laying down the bunt. And then see it already done. So that triad, plan, commit, and you see in your mind, it's already laid down. That moves you now to right brain function, mind-body connection strong, and you're able to overtake the negative energy on the road.
Have the Tiger staff bought into these things?
Well, interesting question. The minor league guys, who we spend, a great deal of time with, are 90% bought into this. And some of those who are not 100% in are 80% in. Because it does seem, like when I first started doing this, Wally, in 06 and 07, trying to figure out, some of the Latin players thought I was a sorcerer. They're trying to figure out whether this is, voodoo doctor or whatever. So some of the guys are, of course we want them to be skeptical, but the minor league guys very much.
There are sometimes when you're doing cutting edge stuff, there's resistance at first until you can get.
Oh, okay. It's a good way to pass time. Well, game gets canceled, so I'm walking up the street over to the hotel, and I hear all this commotion in one of the bars on the corner. There were half dozen of our players in there betting girls that they could make their arm come down, and they were doing it for beers. So, at least it locked in,